Hello, family. My name is Irina Rose. Sorry. um, I decided to make another video. I think it's going to be more vlog than anything right now. I'm still in the learning process. I have no idea what I'm doing online. No idea what I'm doing on YouTube. It's kind of trial and error, and hopefully it all goes good. I have to trust it. I made the video yesterday in haste because Jehovah's Witnesses had came to my door, and they were not very happy before they left. And I thought, I just tried to share my truth. That's all. I can't accept anything and just swallow it because you say so. And all I tried to do was offer my truth, and they were a little pissed off when they left. But, you know, I was encouraging to them too. It's kind of hard when you get a stone thrown in your glass house that everything you've known is bullshit. So I'll leave it at that. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Irina Rose. I live in Southeast Michigan, Adrian to be exact. I have a family. I have 4 children. I'm going through divorce. My awakening was a big part of that, I think. Was married for a long time. There was a lot of violence in the marriage. But it was both of us. It was not just one person. And I lived that way for a long time. It was the norm to me. I had learned it in my life and thought that was the quick answer to everything. You don't like anybody? Take care of it. I know now that that is not truth in any kind of way. That is denial and many other things that would probably take a while for me to explain. But I received an injury, and it hurt me pretty badly. Affected my entire spine, my entire way of living. It was at that time, in 2003, that I started to suffer even greatly. And I had had a life where I had suffered a great deal. I never fit in. I always knew that something was wrong. Looking around, I wondered why I could see things other people couldn't. Why I could sense things other people couldn't. And then I wondered, is it just me? And then I was told, yeah, it's just you. You're weird. It's just you. Nobody thinks like that. Nobody feels like that. It's just you. So I went for a long time kind of floating around the edges of circles of people and groups and never belonging. Always feeling that it was somewhere else that I had came from. But that's not the kind of stuff that you tell people. And if you're already odd, it can make your life a lot worse. So my inner world was kept inside. I had heard a voice my entire life. I assumed it was my own voice. It was disconnected, but it was always leading me, telling me what to do, what not to do, think twice, things like that. Feelings and emotions in my solar plexus, a pulling, feeling that I couldn't calm down or settle my body down to sleep. I found out later that I guess that's the feeling that mediums get when they're trying to be contacted. So that's the kind of the story, a little bit of the backdrop. I worked for Department of Corrections for some time. So it was all a journey. I used to blame my husband, blame other people for the violence in my life, for the situations that I had been in. It was never my fault. It was always somebody else's fault. Now I understand that I chose all of these things before I came into this world. I made a soul contract that certain things would happen in my life to push me forward. And I dwelled on the negativity of it all for a very long time. And now I understand that it was all part of it. And I'm grateful and thankful for every part. And to come from a place of, no, fuck that, it's your fault, not mine, that's a long way. And I understood now that we are responsible for ourselves. We cannot wait for someone else to come and fix it, or for someone else to take the blame, because everything inherently comes from ourselves. We are projecting every moment out into reality. What we experience in a day is what we see, think, and feel and focus on every day. It took a long time for me to wrap my mind around that. I was still in the your fault, not mine. So I've started to understand the process more. So, after that accident in 2003, we'll call it an accident, I was on medication for a long time. I couldn't move. I was in bed for years. I didn't live. Life went on outside my bedroom door. And I suffered from agoraphobia after a while. I was told, oh, you have mental disorders because you have a voice talking to you. I said, well, it's not telling me to kill anything. It's just helping. Well, people don't get voices like that. That was my own intuition talking. Not to mention, it was my guides speaking to me. I have felt, a shoulder pat on my shoulder and freaked me out because I had no idea what that was. Really freaked me out. When I was probably 11, I heard Irene in my ear several times, and it scared the shit out of me. I had nothing to compare it to, nobody to know who to turn to, what to say, to even describe what the heck was going on. So it's been a long, lonely journey, even though I was in a house full of people. Friends. Nobody knew. Nobody felt, or at least they never said anything that they felt that way. So what do you do with that? Well, luckily I've always been searching for knowledge my whole life. I was married very early at 15. Began a family at 15. Took care of a lot of kids through my life. Not just mine, but took care of a lot of kids. Still trying to figure out who I was. Didn't have a clue other than what I was told what I was my whole life, which was not much. But I know now that all of that was necessary, and I'm grateful for it. My husband and I are best friends now. We get along so much better. We understand each other. We're two peas in a pod. You connect with people on a soul level, and you know it through and through your soul. And you'll have many people come through your life that way. Had I not left, that relationship would not be healing. I would not know myself or be able to help anyone else with their stuff. So I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm far from being an expert at anything. All I can do is share my experience. I've read many good books. I still listen to people on YouTube. Not as much as I used to, but I do. You'll just have to look and find it for yourself. I can say that there are, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is an excellent book. The Four Agreements by Don Luis Ruiz. That's an excellent book. It's ancient Toltec knowledge, and it feeds, into everything. And it's a kind of a clear, quick perspective on it. Little tiny thin book. You can pick it up at Walmart. But you'll never be the same once you read that book, if it's your intention to walk towards this ascension. Now, we are going through a human evolution. Happens every 26,000 years on this planet, but it's a normal cycle that happens all over the universes. But this is the first time we have been able to take our physical forms with us. Now, the Egyptians used to prepare their forms so that when they died, they knew, take your body with you. Well, now you get to take it as you are right now, if you so choose. But it is a free will planet, so nothing will be forced upon you. It will all be your own decision. It's the gift that we're given. Okay, this holographic place that we live in, because it's a holographic universe and there's a beauty to it all. But you have to choose. And nobody's ever left behind. They'll come in their own time if that's what they choose. But it's like a video game. Level up. it's what we're doing now. A lot of the aches, the pains, and nausea, and muscle aches, and bone and teeth right now, skin, a lot of stuff. We're being upgraded. I listen to Dr. David Hawkins, which is another true soul, and I enjoy listening to him because it's simplicity in it all. And he laughs at himself. And you have to. It's a beautiful experience depending on what you choose. And, and I will quote him. He said, you can either have a beautiful experience or you can come into it kicking and screaming. And I laughed about that. It's up to you. And, I still do kicking and screaming sometimes because the ego is what we are trying to shut down and get rid of, because it's not going to be necessary in that way anymore. But it takes work. It takes looking at yourself internally and coming to terms with that and knowing that anything that you've experienced on this planet is not who you are. I used to say that because I experienced this, that's who I am. I know better now. It's not who I am. They were just steps I had to take to get here. And that's okay, because I believe in the bigger picture. So when I say Starseed, way shower, I didn't start out here. And I know that now. I've kind of known it my whole life. I've seen, pictures, but they're memories. And they're starting to come online now. I'm starting to remember more. I'll do another video on the things that I've experienced as far as spiritually in my life that I have not understood my whole life, and even now I'm still learning. But I hope to take this journey with you. I will help in any way I can to help everyone. That is what I am. I am here to assist. I am here to love, absolutely love myself and love everyone else. And I will help anyone that I can, as much as I can, answer questions to the best of my ability. And if I am not sure, I'll direct you to somebody who I feel can. Because it's not about, I need to be famous. No, it's not about that. It's about service. Full love and service to creation. Because I love myself, I love all of you the same way. And I see myself in everyone because I have been there. I have done that, and I have suffered greatly. And that's a beautiful thing. It's what I chose to do when I came here. I volunteered to come here. And I will do it over and over and over again anywhere that it's needed. So, again, my name is Irina Rose. And I am a Starseed way shower. And I am happy to take this journey, and I hope to take it with you. I have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. Love yourself, because you are creating it all. Namaste.